Hi everyone, welcome to another NDEB breakdown. In this video, we're going to talk about, can you withdraw from the NDEB exams? And what happens if you just don't show up? We'll find out in this next NDEB breakdown. Hey everyone, welcome back to another NDEB breakdown. It's Dr. Hafez from ScholarsDental. Students have been asking us this question: how do we withdraw from the exam? What happens if we withdraw? How much do they get? When can they withdraw? And if they just don't show up, some people think, what if I just don't go? So we want to find that info on the NDEB website and bring it to you in this breakdown and discuss it, make it a little bit simpler to understand so you don't have to dig for it. If you have any questions regarding the NDEB, any ideas you want us to talk about on YouTube, just leave it in the comments below or email us at info@scholarsdental.com with the subject NDEB breakdown, and we'll find that info and discuss it and release it in a video to make it easier for you to learn. So let's get started. This you'll find here under equivalency process, and on the bottom of this list you'll find withdrawal. You just won't be able to see it here. Okay, so what happens to withdraw from an examination? You obviously must notify the NDEB office by submitting the withdrawal form below. Okay, so all withdrawals are subject to a fee. This means that if you withdraw from an exam, you will never get 100% of your money back. There's always going to be a small charge or a charge on your money. Okay, and here's the form you submit. So on the bottom, we'll leave this link in the description below as well. Okay, so to start with, you should withdraw. It's nice that you officially do a withdrawal. Don't show up kind of thing. Don't do a no-show. And all withdrawals are subject to fees. So check out this schedule. That's what they're telling you. Let's go down here and check this time of withdrawal and withdrawal fee. So the withdrawal, if you withdraw the exam up to 15 days before the registration deadline, so differentiate between the registration opening date and then deadline, you will get 25% of your, you will be charged 25% of the fee. So just make sure you understand this is the fee charged, which means if the exam is $1,000, okay? If the exam is $1,000, okay, you will get back you will be charged $250 and you will get back $750 for you, okay? But you'll be charged by the NDEB $250. That's 25% charge fee. Just to make sure you understand, that's not how much the 25% is not how much you're getting back. It's how much you're being charged. Okay. All right. So that's if you do it 50 days prior to the registration deadline. Withdrawal, if you withdraw 14 days prior to registration deadline up to 15 days prior to the exam date, then it's 50%. Then you have, if you withdraw 14 days before the exam, or you fail to appear in the exam, you're charged the full fee. So you lose all your money that you paid for the examination registration day. Okay, so let's just draw this one more time to kind of make sure we understand how this works here. Okay, so it's going to look like this. If we draw a timeline here and we say the registration for an exam opens here, let's say registration open date is here. Let's just call it October 4 for example, okay? And then the registration deadline is over here. Let's just say it's November 12. Okay, these are not accurate dates. Now, 15 days before this, okay, 15 days before here, okay? And then here you have the exam date. Okay, let's say it's Feb something, okay, Feb 2. And let's take 15 days. Let's mark 15 days before that as a point, okay? So this is the 15 days before. And this is here also 15 days before. So if we take chunks here, in this chunk over here, you see 15 days before the deadline, you're getting charged 25%, okay? And the chunk over here, from this point, the 15 days, to up to the other 15-day point, right? You get charged 50%. And then anything over here, this chunk, you'll get charged 100%. And if you do not show, okay? Okay, so let me draw those chunks in red here to make them a little bit more clear. So this timeline here, okay, this timeline here, and then this timeline there, you see? And the important dates here are pretty much, these are the dates, right? These purple circles, I'm going to draw them here in purple. Okay, these are the actual event dates. So the timeline doesn't work off the event dates, it kind of works off the 15-day before. Okay, 2 weeks before here, this is a chunk. And then from here to here, up to 2 weeks before the deadline is a chunk. And then from this 15-day mark before the deadline to the 15-day mark before the exam date is 50% charge chunk over there. You could think of it that way. And if you don't show up, then that's another, you'll be charged as well, okay? The 100% if you don't show up. So that's kind of included in the final chunk there, okay? So you can even label them if you're in this time period here, A period, and then you have the B and then the C area. So so A, 25% charge fee, B 50%, and C is 100%. And if you don't show, it's included in the C. All right, now if you have an excuse, let's say you're in one of these two where you're charged 50 or 100% and you want to reduce that, the only way you could do it is by withdrawing for a serious medical circumstance, like you have a medical issue, you have to provide some sort of evidence, or an unanticipated exceptional circumstance. Now, I don't know what that's included in there. See their examination policies for details. Okay, we could look into that as well. But basically, maybe you have to let them know and see what applies there. Okay, and they'll like either accept it or not. Maybe like, oh, I can't travel, or I'm not sure if that's included in there. Okay. To withdraw from an exam, you must complete and submit the form below. If you experience health-related issues or personal circumstance prior to the start that will prevent you from showing your abilities, you must withdraw. So you should withdraw. If you don't, it'll be considered, you'll be charged the whole fee, no matter what. You have to tell them that, hey, I'm having a medical issue. If you do not attend the examination, here's the most important part, you will not lose an attempt. Okay? I mean, I want to always believe that. They're saying that. So if you don't show up, what happens is you lose your money, but you won't be, you won't lose an attempt. That is a relief, knowing that if you don't show up, you won't lose an attempt. However, please withdraw if you can. Like if you want to withdraw and you have that intention, do it, be respectful, be kind. Like, if you don't want to show up, just let them know that you're not coming. Maybe they could fill that seat with someone else that's been waiting for the exam as well. So, I think you should be respectful. Now, what if something happens where you don't show up and then they look at it as an attempt? Maybe there's a mistake, right? Maybe, I'm not sure. So yes, it does say that on the website that it won't count as an attempt if you don't show up, but do you want to risk it? It's better that if you do know that you want to withdraw, then you actually withdraw. And if you have any medical circumstance, then you have to fill up this form and provide some evidence. Okay, so you can see here, you put your name and all this stuff and provide medical. You go to yes, and maybe you upload that. Okay, just some disclaimer here. Now, here's an interesting thing I found. I understand that withdrawal fees will be applied. Okay, yes, not this one, this one. I understand that I cannot cancel my withdrawal request once it has been submitted or sent to the NDEB office. So please be sure that you want to withdraw, because if you withdraw, you cannot withdraw the withdrawal, okay? You cannot withdraw the withdrawal. You cannot cancel your withdrawal. Once you do that, you're out of the exam, it seems like. Okay, and they will contact your medical professional to make sure documentation is correct and everything. That's fair. And that's pretty much it. I don't want to make this a long video, just whatever is necessary. And here is they're saying here where was that part where they see exam policies for details. You can see medical documents submitted must be in accordance with the NDEB's policy. So click on this and perhaps give this a little read. Let's see. Oh, that means you have to click on that again, right? And you have to go through these policies. It's not a long thing here, so let's kind of check it out together. Fees, okay, the fees, eligibility. Let's see, dates and withdrawals right here. If you experience a serious medical circumstance or unanticipated, okay, this is good stuff here. Maybe we should kind of highlight it. or an unanticipated exceptional circumstance beyond your control prior to the start that will prevent you from showing your abilities, you must withdraw prior to the start of the examination. If you do not attend the exam, you will not lose an attempt. So reconfirming that, but they're saying you must withdraw. So why are they saying then must, right? Like, you're losing 100% of your money anyway at this stage. Like, if it's before the start of your exam, let's say it's 1 day before your exam, if you withdraw or you don't, then it's the same outcome. You're still just losing the money. So I'm trying to understand, why are they saying you must withdraw prior to the start of the examination? If you do not attend the exam, you will not lose an attempt. Is that conditional? Like, if you withdraw before the start, then it will be considered not an attempt. But if you don't withdraw, then is it considered an attempt? That's a little bit confusing. I think we should, if someone wants to contact NDEB about that just to figure it out, we could do that. But again, I wouldn't risk it unless you have to not show up. But if you know you're not going, just let them know. Okay, withdraw for your 20% case, withdraw due to serious medical or anticipated beyond the. So this is just saying, if you have an excuse, if you have a medical condition or something unanticipated, then they will charge 25% anyway. But they might, not charge 100 or 50 if you have an excuse to withdraw. Okay. Okay, as long as before the start of the examination. So that means if you try to say, hey, I have a medical problem after the start of the examination, maybe they'll still charge 100%. Okay, supporting for serious medical circumstances or anticipated must be submitted at the time of withdrawal. So you have to submit in the form your okay. An examinee may request a withdrawal form from an upcoming examination if the examinee receives a passing result from a manual rescore. Okay, so an examinee may request a withdrawal from an upcoming examination if the examinee receives a passing result from a manual rescore verification or an appeal. Withdrawal fees will be applied if an examination is taken while previous result is under review. No fees will be refunded. Whew, okay, so this is a very rare, kind of unique case, okay? So if you have done an exam, you failed, but you're appealing, and then you're doing the next exam. Okay, an examinee may request a withdrawal from an upcoming exam. Okay, if your appeal results came back that you passed. Okay, this is a very unique situation. I feel like at that level, if my appeal comes back as passing, I probably wouldn't care that much about the exam fee. I'll be celebrating, right? So an examinee may request a withdrawal from an upcoming exam. So you registered, let's say you did the AFK, you failed. You're doing an appeal. The appeal is still not out. So you take the next exam. And it works for ACS as well, let's say. If the examinee receives a passing result from a manual rescore appeal, so you're allowed to request a withdrawal at that point. Withdrawal of fees will be applied if an examination is taken while a previous result is under review. No fees will be refunded. So, I mean, I feel like that's obvious. It's still following the same schedule we drew up above here. So basically, if you failed an exam, you appealed, you took another exam, you're not going to be refunded for that second exam, even if you passed the first one. You still did the exam. You booked the seat, right? So you used that service. So I think that's fair. But you could request a withdrawal if it's upcoming. So that's fine. So I think this condition here is just it's applying the same schedule timeline anyway, so it's not anything new. Okay. Your second exam, whether your appeal comes out as a pass or not, is still treated as using the same schedule here. Okay. Medical documentation. Let's see what all medical that must be submitted to NDEB will be verified directly with the medical professional. Okay. They'll be checking it out. Medical submitted to NDEB must be dated, be on official practice or hospital letterhead, include the professional's credentials. Okay. Include a phone number, a clear diagnosis, and description of your limitations associated with the diagnosis. Include information on how the diagnosis was made. Okay, example of document that is not acceptable are handwritten letters from healthcare providers or diagnosis on prescription pads. So, if you know a friend doctor that's just going to write something handwritten like, hey, this guy can't go to the exam because he's like this, that doesn't work. I guess it has to be something more, official. Okay. So I think we covered everything regarding withdrawals. I didn't even I just went into this document and read it right now. Hope I clarified things about the withdrawal process for the NDEB exams for you guys. And that's it for now. Again, if you have any questions that you think will be good to discuss on YouTube to break down here, any NDEB kind of stuff you want us to talk about, break it down for you, go into details about it, bring it to you so that you can just listen to it instead of kind of jumping into the website looking for it. We'll be happy to do that. Leave that in the comments below or send us an email with the question you want us to answer, and we'll look into it and choose one and you know, discuss it in a video. So that's it. If you want more content, you want to be updated with kind of content, like and subscribe, and book your free consult if you are looking into courses and you want us to kind of check your specific situation and put a plan that is best for your situation. Okay, awesome. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.